asked me, oh, what are you gonna have for dinner tonight? I said, I'm not sure yet. I don't know how to tell her that I have just been eating cheese every single night for the past week, because this random guy that I had met at the John Summit concert sent me 3 blocks of cheese and 3 bags of cheese curds, shipped. So I don't know how safe that is, but that's kind of where my life is, that I have just been eating cheese for almost all my meals. So
I work at a dental office and people keep mass canceling their appointments because everyone keeps losing their insurance coverage. Gee, I wonder what that could mean.
Everybody has their own personal recession indicator, and for me, it is my willingness to now do a return. Like, now I need every single coin, to the point where my bathroom renovation has finished and the guys had a little leftover tile. I am now at Floor and Decor because I'm going to be returning these individual pieces of tile because they told me that I could. Everyone in the store is staring at me because they've got about 20 minutes until they close, so I gotta be quick. I don't think I needed this much, honestly, but...
If you watch the mainstream financial news, they'll tell you the economy is resilient, inflation is cooling, and everything is on track. But if you walk into a local gym at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning and find it packed with laid-off workers, or if you look at the surging online searches for mortgage assistance and budget meal stretchers, a completely different reality emerges. Everyday Americans aren't waiting for an official declaration from economists to tell them we're in a recession. They're living it right now through 100 small, quiet breaking points, watching the life they worked for slowly slip out of reach.
Can we normalize driving older vehicles? I have a 2010 Toyota Tundra that I absolutely love. Check engine lights on, but she's got 410,000 miles on her. And you know what? She gets me to and from, and she's paid for. I'd love a brand new vehicle, don't get me wrong. But this one works just fine. I don't want the payments. I don't want to have to pay for the insurance. I don't want that added expense in my life when everything else is so damn expensive.
Another recession indicator that I have seen in the past since 2010 forward when I got into real estate, and this doesn't necessarily apply to real estate, it's how rude people become. People get desperate. They get a little desperate for money and they take their stresses out on you. I have been seeing just bad behaviors all over the board, not necessarily from other agents, but just in professional spaces. I just think seeing people kind of unwind. I don't see people enjoying their hobbies as much. I don't see people talking about their hobbies as much. I don't see people really doing, like, all they do is just work, drive around, do side hustles, stay broke, stay miserable, and I think it's making a lot of people here in the United States very angry, and they're taking it out on each other.
I think we're past the point of the news and the government being able to gaslight Americans about the current state of our economy, which is like, finally, because for the longest time y'all were believing that, oh no, the economy's fine. Babe, the economy has been not fine. Like, what they won't tell you is that we are pretty deep into depression territory. I mean, jobs are nowhere to be found. I mean, of course, like, if you still want a job, like, you can find a job, but it's going to be tough. There's just not as many jobs as there were, and jobs ain't paying shit. The price of gas is high as giraffe ass, and of course, food has gotten into astronomical territory. Like, even when I go out, I'm like, damn, drinks are now like $20. If you want like an alcoholic beverage, salads are $20, spaghetti is $20, $30, burgers are $20, $30. Like, cheap food has now gotten like just out of hand. But also here in Austin, like, why are people robbing Macy's? Why are people robbing Round Rock outlets? Like, you know, they used to say, like, thieves don't rob empty houses. Well, now they do. What is going on? Like, you came out in the rain to rob a store at the Round Rock outlets, like that broke ass mall. And I mean, the gag is, even if you went to the Domain, like, and tried to rob Neiman Marcus is broke too. They ain't got no money. The Chanel store closed. So, like, y'all should be worried. Like, this is the time to stock up on food. Don't let them manipulate you into buying stocks and buying too much gold. Like, no, babe, you need to be stocking up on meat. You need to be stocking up on blickies, because people are going to start robbing their neighbors for food. Stay woke.
I work in finance, and this is my honest prediction on what's going to happen in the next couple months. I believe by summertime, by May, June, you're going to really see the oil crunch happen. Okay, oil will be very, very expensive, probably all-time highs in the near term. Natural gas will also rise. Though diesel will also rise. It already has $5 a gallon, but it's going to get even worse. Things are going to get progressively worse as we get closer to summer, because we start to consume more energy into the summer. Right? Then you're going to see everything else go up in price as well. It's going to be like quite a massive shock, honestly. Things will have to get repriced pretty quickly, because everything else for the producer is also gotten expensive. Like core commodities, everything is going to go up, right? And then we're going to hit a deep recession, because our economy can't handle that much of an energy spike in that short of time. You're going to see massive recession by summertime, and then you're going to basically see mass layoffs by the end of summertime into Christmas, into like a holiday season, basically in time for midterms. It's going to be bad, guys. I mean, I'll be not to sugarcoat it, but it's going to be very, very bad. And because inflation will also start to become an issue, we're not going to get interest rate relief, which means we're not even going to get a lever that can help us get out of it in the near term.
Joann's Fabric closing all 800 stores. Walgreens closing 500 stores. Macy's is closing 66 stores this year and another 150 next year. Family Dollar will close 370 stores. Dollar Tree shutting down 30 stores. JCPenney's shutting down 7 more locations. Party City, all locations closing. Big Lots closing. Kohl's will be closing 27 stores. Wendy's is closing hundreds of locations. Papa John's is closing hundreds of locations. Pizza Hut is closing hundreds of locations. Carter's Children's closing 100 stores.
One thing that I find so disturbing is that, like, I'm technically rich. Like, I'm technically upper middle class. I find that so disturbing. And I feel like this is really the mentality. A lot of upper middle class people don't feel like they're living luxuriously, so they convince themselves that they are actually just middle class or lower middle class. So, like, I don't go on luxury vacations. I don't drive a fancy car. There's no way I'm upper middle class. But when you actually run the numbers of household income, because that's the truth right there. Not your lifestyle, but your household income. And, like, me and my fiance both have decent paying jobs, so our household income is higher than the national average, and we don't have kids. So, like, our income to person ratio is looking really good. When you look at the average amount of money by median or average that people are making in the US, and that's crazy to me, because like we live good, but we don't live great. And it's crazy to me that like you literally have to be upper middle class in order to like not stress out at the grocery store, to own a home, and to take some trips, like not fancy, maybe once or twice a year, because that's the type of life we're living. Like, we're not struggling for income every single month, but like, and we don't live paycheck to paycheck, but we don't not live paycheck to paycheck. Like, if the paycheck stopped coming, like there would be a problem. And like, we own a house. It's not incredibly fancy or incredibly huge or anything like that. It's like a pretty normal person house and like a honestly lower than average priced neighborhood with like lower than average schools around it. And like I said, we don't stress at the grocery store. We take 1 or 2 trips a year. We don't fly first class. We drive a lot of the times when we go on vacation, if we just go to the beach or something like that. And like I said, and actually that's not even really true, because in the last year we've gone twice, but we went like 2 years without going on vacation, and that's part of why we could afford to do so. But yeah, that's just crazy to me, because on the day-to-day, it doesn't feel like I'm wealthy, and I'm not wealthy. But then when I think about it, I'm making more money than like the majority of Americans. And like, that's not good. Like, money's not going far, and most of us don't have that much of it. Because what I'm trying to say here is that I view my life as like a normal, financially stable, not wealthy, like quote unquote American standard of living, like normal. And it's crazy to me that I achieved that like normal standard of living with no children. To achieve that normal standard of living, you have to be pretty far above the normal average US income. Because that tells me that the vast majority of Americans are struggling at the grocery store, are having to look at the price of each thing. That vast majority of Americans are not able to take time off of work and go on trips and things like that. And again, when I say go on trips, it's not like I'm like in Dubai on a yacht. I'm talking about like getting an Airbnb in like Daytona Beach. Like I'm talking about like a normal ass person vacation.
Recession indicator I haven't seen anybody address is at the gym. It doesn't matter what time it is anymore. It's always busy. It's just busy. Nobody's supposed to be anywhere no more. Nobody has jobs. So it's just we're all here. And the people who do have jobs, they're on their Teams call, but ignoring it. It's muted, camera off. So like they're here, but you're really at work.
I have been getting a tattoo every year for my birthday since I turned 18. I turned 26 in a few weeks, and this is the first year I simply cannot afford to spare $300 for a tattoo.
I just donated plasma for the first time, and what the was that? What was that? Let me like explain my situation a little bit here. Okay, so I've been a stay-at-home mom for a year. The bills are paid, our bills are paid. Just starting to get like, there's a little bit less money left over at the end of the month every month, and I don't like that. So I went and got a part-time job, but like I still just want a little bit more. Got an ad, a targeted ad on Instagram, hey, donate your plasma, and I was like, okay, what do you do with it? Actually, I don't care. Just take it. I don't give a fuck. $575, that's incredible. Where do I sign? The girl comes over. She doesn't think I have good veins. She does not. She sticks me. I got a hematoma. Allegedly. That's what this paper says. This paper says home care of hematomas. She explained it like not a big deal. I'm thinking skill issue. Somebody else said I had good veins, and then all of a sudden I didn't have good veins. And then I got a hematoma. She's saying maybe it was because I didn't drink enough water. I lied a little bit. I was like, I drink so much water every day, which is true. But yesterday, now that I think about it, I kind of slacked off a little bit. So she's like, you're welcome to come back another day. And I will. And I will be coming back.
How is everyone struggling at the same time right now? Like I'm looking around and it's not just one group of people. It's people with degrees. It's people with jobs. It's people doing everything that they're supposed to be doing and still barely getting by.
We are 100% in a recession right now. In 2008, I was a personal trainer and I noticed these two signs, which are actually happening right now. I just left the gym at 9:30 on a Tuesday morning and it is absolutely packed with middle-aged men and women. So naturally, I strike up a conversation with two guys in the sauna and they said both. They're like separate people, like didn't even come together. They said, yeah, I'm in between jobs. I got impacted by the tech layoffs. The other sign is personal trainers just sitting around the front desk or training each other or staff members. This happened in 2008 when clients basically kind of dried up. No one was paying for personal training because it was an extra expense. The trainers just kind of sat around the front desk, started to check people in and tried to hold on to their job as much as they could, but they're not making any sort of money. So they start training themselves and other staff members. The government is lying to us about these unemployment numbers because I know for a fact that in 2008, this exact trend happened. Foreclosures were up, car repossessions were up, the gyms were packed with people with nothing to do in the middle of the day, personal training was down. You can listen to whatever unemployment data you want that the government spews out, but I know for a fact something's going on.
My least favorite recession indicator is that people don't leave their quarters in the Aldi carts anymore.
You guys know how I know the economy is absolutely through the toilet right now? I go to Harbor Freight. I'm sitting in the parking lot. There are no cars at Harbor Freight. You go to all these stores, right? And you walk in and you see the prices of these things that used to be, you know, say you'd find a product for $5. Now that product is $12. I'm seeing endless videos right now online of people coming out of grocery stores almost in tears. I watched a video of a man who went into a grocery store in his hometown. He lived in a small town in California. And mind you, this is California prices, okay? But even here, it's the same way in New Mexico. You go in to buy a meal. Say you go to buy stuff to make a spaghetti. That meal costs you $40, $45, $50 for freaking spaghetti. You guys, when are the prices going to start stabilizing? Like our gas in New Mexico, our gas in New Mexico is a little bit higher because obviously the state that we're in, our gas has gone down by just a little bit, but I guarantee you the next holiday it's going to jack right back up. And here's my question about that as well. Can anybody tell me why holidays seem to make such a huge difference in gas prices? And I'm talking like, say for Easter, like 2 days before Easter, the prices were a tiny bit lower. Easter happens, the prices shoot right back up by 30, 40 cents. You guys, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to tell you, I feel so bad for everybody. Everybody is being crunched by this economy. me and my family are being decimated by it. The stuff that we used to be able to buy, we can't buy anymore. I used to go to Costco, okay, when we lived in Texas. I used to go to Costco on a monthly basis to buy huge packages of like hamburger meat, steaks. You know the last time I bought a steak? The last time I bought a steak was last year. I have not bought a single steak for this year yet, and we're almost in May. So that tells you just how bad the meat prices are. I can go to the grocery store and try to buy a 2-pound package of beef. It'll wind up costing $20. What are we going to do about the pricing, guys? I really want to know, because seeing so many videos of people literally in tears because they can't afford groceries, they can't afford to pay their bills all in one paycheck because they're having to split up payments, they're having to use credit cards. We have to use credit cards too. I just want to know when it's going to get better. Is it ever going to get better? Or is this just the new normal?
What we're seeing across the country isn't just a minor downturn, it's a profound fracturing of the American dream. When upper middle class households with dual incomes and no children feel like they are one missed paycheck away from the edge, the system is fundamentally broken. Corporate retail giants like Walgreens and Macy's are shuttering hundreds of locations because everyday consumers have officially run out of disposable income. People are donating blood plasma just to patch over the gaps in their monthly bills, while basic grocery staples are treated like luxury items. The official narrative can gaslight the public all it wants, but the ground-level data doesn't lie. The coping mechanisms are wearing thin, and the quiet desperation is turning into collective exhaustion. What is the personal recession indicator that you're noticing most in your own community right now? Is it the empty storefronts, the price of a basic meal, or something else? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.